So the final part, as I go through this court document and have sort of broken it up by section, are the sections where Microsoft has straight up called Sony out saying, what's really going on here is you do not want to compete with us. You have had your exclusivity strategy, your console strategy for so long, and we're disrupting that strategy and catching up ground quite quickly. And it seems like you are worried about losing your position as market leader. There's some really interesting stuff in this section about how Microsoft believes Sony's just fearful of Game Pass, fearful of having to adjust their strategies, and how Microsoft themselves are adjusting their strategies to be a little bit different. So hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when content goes live on this channel. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed. Let's dive right into today's section. So the ones I'm going to read now are basically all the comments where Microsoft has said that Sony, you're scared of having to compete for the first time in a very long time. You're still going to be the market leader. What's the big deal? In short, Sony is not resigned to having to compete with the service for Microsoft subscription. Sony's public demonstrations about game subscriptions and the company's responses to SG's letter are clear. Sony doesn't want subscription services threatening their dominance in the market for digital distribution of console games. In other words, Sony rebels against introducing new monetization models able to change your business model. So they're saying, Sony, really what the problem is, you want to stay on top, and you're starting to get a little bit worried, a little bit of sweat here on your brow because, oh, Microsoft figured out something really good that they are able to do, something that they believe, Microsoft believes, should be celebrated, that offers savings to the consumer and offers them plenty of high quality games at a reasonable price. And that Sony could do the same thing that they are choosing not to. They reiterate, they point out that Sony is simply trying to hold on to power. The inclusion of Activision Blizzard content in Game Pass does not undermine the ability to compete against other consoles, but increases competition in the gaming industry to Sony's displeasure. That's really interesting. As mentioned, Sony claims that one reason why Game Pass of Microsoft has grown so quickly is why, since 2017, Microsoft has acquired several studios, third party, which would have given Microsoft a greater mass of content, Sony claims, so that the addition of Activision games to that content would represent a tipping point. And Microsoft is basically calling that out as a bunch of nonsense based on all the comments that I have read through the last few quips. I did want to revisit really quick over on page 20 when they talk about their moving away from the console. Here's what they specifically say. They say it threatens their standing leadership in the games industry. With Microsoft moving away from a strategy of device-centric businesses in the sense that gamers must buy PCs or consoles expensive to have access to the best quality games, towards a more consumer, gamer-centric option, which will allow players to play the games they want wherever they want and with whatever device they want. So basically they're saying, I just found that interesting that they talk about how, hey, we're moving away from the console business. We are doing other things that sort of expand beyond that. Sony, you can keep playing that game. We're playing a whole new ball game. Microsoft goes on to call Sony's crusade to basically eliminate exclusive content incoherent with their own business strategies. Sony's concern with possible exclusivity of Activision content is incoherent to say the least. It only reveals once again the fear regarding a model of innovative business that delivers high-quality content at low cost to players, threatening a leadership that was forged from a device-centric strategy and focused on exclusivity over the years. In fact, Microsoft's ability to continue expanding Game Pass has been hampered by them, so they continue there. But what they're saying earlier is basically that Sony got to be the market leader by having exclusive content. So if we were to have exclusive content, Sony's already playing that game. We're not going to play it, so their argument makes no sense. And they've reiterated that several times now in the contract or the thing here. I don't know what it's called. Legal document The use of... In any case, it should be noted that the use of exclusive arrangements has been at the heart of Sony's strategy to strengthen its presence in the gaming industry. Among Sony exclusives, it is possible to list such titles as The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Spider-Man, Demon's Souls, and the remastered version of Final Fantasy VII. So they're basically calling out the fact that, Sony, you got a whole bunch of exclusives. What's the big deal about exclusives? In their conclusion, they reiterate that Sony fears losing their lead. So, conclusion, Sony's discontent reflects nothing more than the resistance of traditional incumbents to the competition represented by disruptive agents. Disruptive agents being Xbox Game Pass and their ability to offer a reasonable price for a larger consumer base. So they continue. In fact, Sony's public statements regarding signature of games and the opinions expressed in the reply to the letter of the SG prove only that Sony does not want attractive subscription services to threaten Sony's dominance company in the digital distribution of console games. Once again, reiterating that, hey, they just don't want to, they want to stay on top. They want to be on top. And they feel threatened by the project, Microsoft's ability to offer additional value compared to a traditional buy-to-play model through Game Pass. So they're reiterating in their conclusion what they said earlier in the document, that Sony is scared. They just want to hold on to market dominance. And to be fair, who wouldn't want to hold on to market dominance if they had it? But sort of saying, Sony, really what the issue is that you know you're going to have to compete with us, and you don't like that. You want to stay on top. Nonetheless, the applicant sought to address in this manifestation the comments of Sony. So they're basically saying in their conclusion, hey, we wanted to respond to all of these claims that Sony made and basically rip them apart. Nonetheless, the applicant sought to address in this manifestation the comments of Sony demonstrating that they are inconsistent with the market test responses with the consumer preferences that do not adequately reflect the dynamics of the market for publishing and distributing games in general. So they're saying Sony's responses don't make sense in the market. They don't make sense when it reflects from the other people in the market's responses. They are the only one making these claims, and that's that, really. They're saying, we have a different strategy than you. You want to hold on to market leadership. You've had a ton of exclusives through the year that don't come to the Xbox ecosystem. We could make Call of Duty exclusive. We're not going to, but we could. And there is no reason that anybody should say that this would be anti-competitive. You've been doing this literally for years. So it's really a fascinating look behind the curtain at this whole strategy that Sony had of coming out and acting like, oh, we're so vulnerable against the Activision Blizzard acquisition. And Microsoft's like, no, you're not. You really just want to hold on to market leadership. And that's that. You don't, this isn't about you being worried about Game Pass having damaging effects on the quality of games or anything like that. Microsoft seems to be claiming that really they're only worried about holding on to their power. Anyway, that was this video. It ended up being so long that I actually might break it up into several parts and air it over the next few days, but it's some really interesting stuff. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my content goes live. I greatly appreciate you allowing me to make stuff like this. Thank you so much to the members who support me and allow me to make content like this also. I really appreciate you. If you want to become a member and support this channel, you can click that join button right down there. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.